What's going on? It's my life in the shot. I'm your host, Donald Washington. Detroit shootout over a pizza. Somebody help it make sense. Renee, what is going on with this story?
Yeah, so on the evening of Thursday, April 13th, residents ordered a pizza, and apparently the pizza went to the next door neighbors. So the original residents that ordered the pizza confronted them, an argument ensued, and shots rang out. So about 30 rounds went out. And so five people were shot, two 14-year-olds, one shot in the face, one shot in the stomach, and three adult males were also shot as well. And they do have suspects in custody.
So, if I understand correctly, one of the suspects is possibly one of the people that got shot. Is that correct?
Yes, that's correct. Yes.
Right. So it sounds like both houses, both people were shooting.
At each other. Yeah.
So over a pizza. Now, something so small, and the reporter in the video is just like, yo, we covered something so ridiculous, but this tops the cake. I want to show you guys the house. Look at that house. That could have easily hit a small child in the head easily. The recklessness, the disregard of human life over a pizza.
Yes.
Granted, hey, it sounded like a lot of people was in that house. So it
Yeah.
sounded like they probably ordered a decent amount of pizza for a cookout or something, for a gathering. And if your neighbor stole your pizza, I'll be a little salty too.
Well, I would say if you ordered a pizza and it did go to the wrong residence, I would think you can call up the pizza company and tell them, and I'm sure they would either refund you the money or send out a new pizza, is what I'm thinking.
I didn't think about that. Sure can. Why ain't they just call back and say, hey, y'all messed up. We gave y'all the right
Right.
address. Here you go. Y'all sent it to
Right.
send us another pizza. But my thing is this,
Right.
nowadays we don't know our neighbors. We don't even know who we're living
Yeah.
next to nowadays. I talked to
Yeah.
a guy, a Nigerian guy, and he was saying, hey, I grew up with, my son's parents for 30 years. So if they locked out the house, if they need discipline, if they acting up on the street, I would go out there. We known each other. So nowadays here, we're just moving all over the place. We don't even know our neighbors. And so
Yeah, and
it's like, who are you? I barely see you. I don't know you because we never grew up next to each other. So, and one of the things I want to talk about is the older adults that was there should have taken charge of this situation. No way two 14-year-old boys should be hit in this situation.
well, I'm hoping that because it said a 32-year-old and a 31-year-old, I'm hoping that they weren't the ones that started the gunfire because we don't know. We don't have that yet. So hopefully they weren't the ones that, opened fire.
Right, okay, so another 18-year-old man was hit in the hand as well.
Yeah.
All victims. So they said all victims are unstable, but one of the 14-year-olds was hit in the face.
Yeah. And then the other in the stomach. So those are some bad gunshot injuries.
Those could have easily been fatal. This is why.
Easily.
Let me tell y'all something. One of the hardest things as a man is to walk away after somebody disrespects you. A lot of people, maybe ladies, y'all don't understand our egos or just our manhood. But like when we go out somewhere and somebody disrespects us, man, it take like a week to get over it. You dwell on that for easy over a week, like, yo, I wanted to just. But at the end of the day, when you get grown, that's one of the hardest things as a man to do is just to walk away. I want y'all, everybody that watches this, think about that jail cell and your family that's going to suffer without you before you take any action.
Yes, because like we said, with the gunshot wounds, those could have easily been fatalities. And so in this day and age, it's probably best not to confront someone like driving in traffic, like road rage. You just have to let stuff go. Like I said, you could call the pizza company. I'm pretty sure they'll refund you since it's their fault on their end. Yes, the neighbors were wrong for eating the pizza. It actually says they ate the pizza, but it definitely wasn't worth this because now people are going to go to jail and you can have long-term, injuries that you have to deal with after this.
You know what? And that's one of the things about just having ignorant neighbors or just living next to ignorant people. Like, that's something that could have easily been diffused. Like, even if you
Yes.
ate that person pizza, which, like, yo, if you just imagine somebody walking up to your door and just handing you a pizza, like, hey, this is paid for. That would that would be a hard thing not to eat it. Like, hey,
Yes. So if food is delivered to your house and you did not order it, you know it's paid for, don't eat it. Please send it back and say it's not yours.
I mean, that's a little harder to do. Like, where'd this come from? And if the delivery guy just hands it off. So it was the perfect storm with a lot of mistakes. The delivery guy should have maybe confirmed the address. I don't know where the mistake was made at. Did they give the
Right.
wrong address? Did the pizza company go to the wrong address? And did they ask
Right.
questions? Hey, let me confirm this address. Are you Blase Skippy Woo? I think they should do that instead of
Right.
sometimes they just drop it off. Here you go. I'm gone.
Yeah, and just be very careful confronting people. I mean, people just have a short fuse these days. And I think Peacefire was out there. Ceasefire, I'm sorry. Ceasefire was out there on the scene as well.
So yeah, ceasefire. They have a ceasefire in Detroit, and they got a ceasefire in Chicago as well. And a lot of times, a lot of these grassroots organizations they get funding from the state. To out there go out there and stop crime. But one of my points
Yeah.
I wanted to make when I say ignorant neighbors, I'm not saying it was, but something like that should have easily been able to be diffused. Like, you should easily be able
Yeah.
to go over there and be like, hey, what's going on, man? Did y'all eat my, pizza was delivered here? Did y'all
Right.
eat it? And they could have came like, yeah, I ate it, man. They just dropped it off. Like, something that
Yeah.
could be like, let me tell y'all something. Your ability to diffuse a situation in public can be the matter of life and death in a situation. I've been
Yeah.
out to sports bars where somebody bumped into each other. And I'm like, oh, my fault, bro. Hey, sorry about that, man. That's my fault, homie. Easily diffused. But if I turned around like F
Right.
you, that could have easily escalated like that. And if you
Yeah.
don't know how to de-escalate a situation, I'm telling you, matter of seconds could be a matter of life and death. And I've watched it. I saw it. And especially when alcohol and drugs are involved. So if
And
you don't know
also
how to
too,
defuse a situation, you're screwed.
yeah, and
So
also too, the guns as well. The guns being readily available. Why do everybody have all these guns everywhere? So that's another issue.
that's another issue as well. One of the things as for your own protection, when you know it may be some heat, leave it at the crib. Leave it to where you're not gonna get access to it, because having access to it at the wrong time can easily be a matter of you can sit in a cell forever. And I couldn't imagine those people sitting in jail. There's tons of stories we've covered to
Right.
where somebody's sitting in jail for the rest of their entire life over a
Right.
split second decision, over somebody you felt disrespected me, and you sitting in jail forever over a pizza, and you like, yo, I could have bought 12 pizzas
Right.
from my weekly paycheck.
Right. And then that's where the parenting comes in as well,
you know but
teaching you how to diffuse situations.
absolutely. But for men, it's just so much harder, because I couldn't imagine, like, if I knock on their door and just be like, hey, I just want to know, did y'all eat my pizza?
Right.
But you don't know if they came out, F you, I ate your pizza, so what? Or denied
Right.
it.
Right.
And then it's like,
Right.
yo, I just, it's just a disrespect. It ain't about the
Yeah.
pizza. It's about you disrespecting me. Or vice versa.
Yeah.
They could have said, yeah, my fault, man. I'll buy y'all another one. Then somebody over there could have
Right.
said, F you, it's on.
Right. And
But
also know the neighborhood that you live in too as well.
You know what?
Now,
That's
if you
why a
know,
lot
if
of
you
people,
live,
man, they just pack
yeah,
up and move.
right,
Just pack up and move. Because they don't want to
yeah,
deal with just something that small turning into something so big.
right.
Anyway, shout out to everybody sending me stories. Thanks, Renee, for coming on. Make sure you guys like, subscribe. Let me know what you think about this video. Peace, y'all.
See on fire. Ooh, down to the wire. It's my life in the shy. Ooh, it's my life in the shy.